listening to Jordan Peterson this morning, and he's like, basically what it means to me is when I lead with respect, when I introduce myself or meet someone, it's like the transcendent and higher version of me puts that out on the table first in order to encourage or give that other person an opportunity to operate on that same level and be that way as well. I don't interact with people because I couldn't do otherwise. And that's the difference between strong people and weak people. But the reason we lead with respect is because we give other people the amazing opportunity to interact with you at that level, at that transcendent, very righteous level, if that makes sense. Offer that at the beginning of the interaction almost doesn't do the potential of interaction with another person justice. Jordan Peterson, once again, is amazing because it's how we become not so useless and not so weak. You know, it's I can lift this thing and move it from here to here. I can create this thing in reality by first taking responsibility for it. Life is meaningless, it's pointless without a worthy battle. And it sounds counterintuitive to many, but not until you begin lifting this battle do you stop suffering with the self-esteem issues, and well, that's which is really a self-value issue. If you're creating or fighting, you're learning about yourself, and so the self-value issue isn't a conversation anymore because you know it, because you're fighting for it, and you're creating it, and you're working towards it. It's the only way to live. Fighting for and growing towards this, you end up in this world of impulsive, low-class, cheap pleasure-seeking, essentially sin and missing the mark. And the more progress you make, the more layers of positivity you put between you and that past, the more your current reality is colored with that positivity. Progress equals happiness. You can't drink the past away or take other drugs to get you out of it, but what you can do is you can create new realities, and you can live today as if it's already the good old days, as if the reality is you are living the good old days. The reality is the past is for information, not identification. The reality is, though, also that you will experience what you focus on, and the quality of your life will be dictated by the quality of the conversations you're having within yourself. Your triad of state, focus, physiology, conversation. This dictates what you experience today. Realizes you have a choice today about what you focus on. And so you'll either focus on the pain of yesterday and continue experiencing that, or the progress and potential that's at your disposal today. If you look at that the right way, find the purpose within the pain, you can literally live the best day of your life right now and continually do it forever. Life and this reality is so amazing. You can't actually outrun the potential and the beauty and the pleasure that you can experience with every day you're given if you really start to unlock the ability to unlock that potential. But it all starts with a mindset. It's less about managing your situation. It's so much about managing your mind. This is the game. Warrior needs a battle. You need to run towards the challenges that you've been tasked with, man. You're like the superhero when he runs away from home, you know, when he is hiding in the wine press. Like when he's out in the desert and like towards the beginning of the middle of the story, you know, until he comes to himself and he accepts the burden that was tailor-fitted to him by God. Does he ever begin to become the person he was designed to be? And that burden is so heavy, but it's so amazing and so everything that we're here to do. And only you can lift it. Lift yours. You can't lift it by yourself. You're gonna need God. You're gonna need the relationships that He's gonna bring into your life. And most people see that and they don't go. And that's why it's impossible to please the Father without faith. And that's why faith without works is dead. Who would David be without Goliath? But would God have had anything to work with if David never knew how to throw those stones? Do your part in order to become the man. In order to be a man, you gotta become the man. And as a co-authorship, co-creatorship, and as you give what you have faithfully, and you're a good steward, that's when the magic really starts to happen in this game. Look at the horror and the ugly aspects of life. I think it's a bunch of crap. I think that it's all there for us to take in. It's all there for us to know. It's all there for us to be intimate with, because it's all part of our Godship experience here. We've been given the ultimate gift of choice. Some would say maybe that's what got us in this situation in the first place. When you're a warrior, you're trying to be strong so you can go and be right on that line between the darkness and the light. And through the sacrifices you make and the capabilities that you've been able to embody as you've been a good steward with what you've been given, and by the grace of God bringing you through the battle, you can bring light. You can expel darkness. You can move forward into the darkness with the people behind you, doing what they were created to do. Equal glory, different function. And you can move and take territory for order, for light, for the thing on this planet that will lessen the suffering of humanity. Why we must be strong. Because like I said, David couldn't have defeated Goliath without supernatural intervention from his Heavenly Father. But if Jesus had folded in the garden, you know what I mean? What would have happened if he wasn't strong enough by God's grace to endure those tears of blood? You know what I mean? What would have happened if David looked at Goliath and was like, oh my gosh, Father, no, and ran the other way? That's what so many of us are doing. I'm just saying, you gotta get after it. Everything and everyone is depending on you to become the person you were created to be. You are the force that sleeps in the acorn. But you've got to step into the crucible, find the purpose within that pain to unlock the potential. That's your birthright, by the grace of God. I make these videos because I love you guys. Let's have an awesome day.